If you're an Etsy seller, you're going to need at least a few, if not all 7 of these tools to be successful and make consistent sales. After 10 years on Etsy and bringing in multiple 6 figures, I've learned what works and what doesn't. There are a lot of tools that you could use to support your Etsy business, but I've narrowed it down to the non-negotiables, the top 7 tools that have made the biggest difference for my Etsy business to skyrocket my sales and earn serious revenue. So today I'm pulling back the curtain on these 7 tools, talking about what you can use them for and how to get started using them today. But before we jump in, if you're an Etsy seller or if you're looking to sell on Etsy, I've got a resource for you, which is the thing I wish I had had when I first started. If I had had something like this, it would have made my process so much easier. It's my deep dive masterclass on Etsy success, where I teach through my 5-pillar formula. After tons of trial and error over the years, these are the 5 pillars that truly led to my Etsy success, bringing my shop to the top 1%. And I want to share this method with you so that you don't have to waste time going around the mountain like I did, but you can shortcut your process and make those consistent sales faster. It's a totally free masterclass, about 45 minutes long. I've got it linked in the description box below, so you can hop over and watch that on demand right when you get done watching this video. All right, the first tool we're talking about today is Canva. Canva is the free and easy graphic design tool that I use for my business, and my team and I are literally in there every single day doing so many different things. So the first thing you can do with Canva is create designs for both digital products and physical products. If you're a digital product seller, you can create all different types of things to sell, everything from templates to digital planners and digital wall art. But you can also create designs for physical products if you want to sell products with a service like print on demand. When you sell print on demand products, you're selling physical products like shirts, tote bags, mugs, mouse pads, and you'll need a graphic design tool like Canva to create your designs with. But there's so much more you can do inside of Canva beyond just creating products to sell. You can use Canva to create your business branding. So to look really credible from the very beginning, you need to have branding, things like a business logo, a shop banner, an icon, an email signature. You may also want to have marketing materials. You can create designs for these inside of Canva as well. Things like pack-ins or flyers or business cards. And another thing that a lot of people use Canva for, including us, is creating designs for digital marketing. If you have a social media presence for your business, or you have an email list where you're communicating with subscribers, you're going to need graphics for those platforms. So inside of Canva, you can create things like social media posts, Pinterest pins, graphics for your emails. The list goes on. There's literally so much you can do there. And one of the top reasons why I love Canva so much is because it's free. You can do a lot of this totally for free, but they do have an upgraded pro plan as well in case you're interested in doing something like generating those template links to sell. And it's still really affordable at the time of this filming. If you sign up for Canva Pro for the annual plan, it comes out to just about $10 a month, which I think is actually a really great price point for all of the upgraded features, tools, and elements you get access to. If you're interested in trying out Canva, I've got my affiliate link in the description box below. That'll give you a free 30-day pro trial. So you can try out Canva Pro completely for free for 30 days and see if it would be a good fit for your business. All right, our second tool we're going to talk about is Sales Samurai. If you're wanting to be serious about selling on Etsy, at some point you're going to have a research tool specifically for SEO. That stands for search engine optimization. And it's really hard to make consistent sales on Etsy without having your listings optimized to be ranked high in the search. Of course, you can do free and easy research on Etsy itself, but if you're wanting to take it up a level, you can get one of these Etsy specific research tools like Sales Samurai. You can do a lot of different things research-wise on Sales Samurai, everything from finding trending keywords and product ideas, to doing your SEO research, finding which keyword phrases in your niche have the highest search volume. You can connect your shop and give yourself a shop audit through Sales Samurai's shop audit tool, which will make recommendations of how you can better optimize your shop and listings. You can use the pricing calculator to figure out what the exact right price point would be for your product, taking into account your material costs, the price point you're thinking of, the different Etsy fees that'll be taken out, any shipping costs, and it'll tell you once you input all your numbers for that price point, what your actual profit would be and the percentage of your profit margin. Sales Samurai also has a Chrome extension that you can install so that when you're browsing on Etsy, you can do your research right there without even going to the website. When you have the Chrome extension installed, when you start typing in something into the Etsy search bar, you'll see next to those predictive phrases that Etsy is suggesting for you, little numbers that represent the estimated search volume per month. So those numbers are telling you, based on Sales Samurai's algorithm, if that phrase is highly searched and the number of searches that come in for that phrase on Etsy every month. Of course, as sellers, we want to try to find keyword phrases to optimize our listings with that are very highly searched. We want to meet that market demand and put products out into the world that people are looking for. It's hard to know if the products you're creating are going to be in demand or not without doing this type of research. So if you're interested in trying out Sales Samurai, I have my affiliate link below that'll give you a free 3-day trial. And then if you input the code KATE20 when you sign up, if you decide to continue using the tool beyond that free 3-day trial, that code will give you 20% off your monthly subscription. All right, let's talk about our third tool, Creative Market. Creative Market is one of my go-to websites for finding graphic assets, elements, fonts, backgrounds, images, photos, pretty much any type of graphic I need for both product designs and for marketing designs. So whether I'm using it in a digital product to sell or needing some unique, fresh graphics to use in my social media posts, there's a high chance that I can find exactly what I'm looking for on Creative Market. Now with Creative Market, you're going to purchase your elements with the license that you need. You can purchase it with a personal, commercial, or extended commercial license, which gives you the rights to use it in the way that you're intending to. So if you're wanting to create products to sell, you're going to need to look at the commercial and extended commercial license and make sure that you know which one you need for how you want to use these graphics. You can purchase these graphic assets and bundles either individually as a listing at full price, or you can pay for a monthly membership, which gives you both a discount on everything you purchase, as well as a certain amount of credits per month to go towards your purchases. So if you think you're going to be using this platform a lot to buy a lot of different graphics, then you might want to look into the membership options. Now you might be wondering, well, I'm using Canva and they have a whole library of different graphic assets, elements, and fonts. Why wouldn't I just use those that are built into Canva? And while yes, I love that Canva has all of those to choose from, and it's totally fine if you want to use those, sometimes you can't find just exactly what you're looking for in that element library. So it's good to look on a third-party platform like Creative Market to see if you can find something that fits what you're looking for better that might be a little more unique. All right, moving right along to our next tool, which is QuickBooks Self-Employed. Every serious business owner needs at some point a method to keep their books for accounting purposes. Of course, you can do this when you're first starting out, simple and easy with a method like keeping your own spreadsheet. But if you want to take it to the next level and streamline and automate everything, then I really recommend getting a tool like QuickBooks. I started using QuickBooks Self-Employed pretty soon after I became an Etsy seller, and it definitely streamlined my whole accounting process and made it so much easier because you sync it with your shop and your bank account to automatically track the sales that come in, any expenses that are going out. You can generate automated reports for these and even keep up with your tax payments. Etsy's made it super quick and easy to get QuickBooks and sync it with your Etsy shop. You can find it in your shop dashboard under the Finances tab. You'll just click where it says QuickBooks for Etsy, and that'll take you to this page where you can then choose for small businesses or for solopreneurs. You'll choose whichever plan is best for you and get your account set up. You can then set up rules inside your QuickBooks that tells it how to automatically categorize income and expenses as they come in, so you're not having to manually go on like you would with a spreadsheet and categorize every single transaction. In my opinion, it is so much easier to have everything in one place and automate your systems as much as possible. All right, tool number 5 is the Etsy Seller app. Of course, you can manage your Etsy shop on your desktop computer, but having the Etsy mobile app is an amazing way to be able to manage everything on the go. When you have the Etsy Seller app, you'll be able to get instant notifications telling you when orders come in or when a message comes in. You can respond to messages to make sure that you're keeping up that communication in a timely manner. You can create, renew, and edit listings right from your phone. You can upload photos to your listings straight from your camera roll. You can view your real-time stats and respond to reviews. And you can manage all of your shop settings from your bio to your shop announcement. You can even put your shop in vacation mode right from your phone if you need to. So if you haven't downloaded that Etsy Seller app yet, go ahead and do that. Explore, get familiar with it, and I think you're going to really enjoy having that as an option to manage your shop in addition to just going on the website. All right, this next tool is one of my very favorites, and this is Kit. Kit is an email service provider, and of course, there are a lot of different choices out there for email service providers, but in my opinion, again, every serious business owner needs to be working on growing their email list. You could be on social media and have a huge following even on social media and not make the kind of sales posting to social that you will through an email. When you build your email list, you're building a direct line with your ideal customers, the people who have voluntarily opted in and said, yes, I love what you have to offer. I want to hear more from you. And with an email list, you're not depending on an algorithm to deliver it to those people like you are on social media. Research has also proven time time and time again that email has a much higher click-through and conversion rate when it comes to making sales compared to when you post links on social media. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm a big fan of being on social media and using it for your business because in my opinion, social serves as your first initial handshake with the customer, the place that they're probably likely going to discover your business first. But it's not enough to just end it there. We need to be working on getting our social media followers over to opt into our email list so that then when we have subscribers on our email list, we can continually communicate with them, present our offers, and make sales. So like I said, there are a lot of different email service providers out there. Some other good ones are Flowdesk, ActiveCampaign, MailChimp, MailerLite, and Aweber. But again, one of my very favorites and the one I recommend if you're just starting out is Kit, because not only does Kit have all of the different features and tools you'll need to build your email list, it also has ready to go templates for landing pages. Your landing page is where someone's actually going to opt in, enter their name and email address to subscribe to your list. You've got to have a page where people can opt in. So for your landing page, as opposed to just trying to build it from scratch, you can use one of Kit's ready to go landing page templates that already is built out to look super professional. Now you may feel like, well, that all sounds great, but I'm just starting out. Do I really need an email list right when I'm starting out? And all I can give you is my personal opinion and my experience. I waited a few years before I started my email list, and now looking back on it, I wish I had started it sooner. So I don't think it's ever too early to start. I think you should work towards this from day one of your business. If you're interested in trying out Kit, I've got my affiliate link in the description box below. I really think you're going to enjoy it. Our next tool is an absolute must for every single Etsy seller, and this is the Etsy Seller Handbook. Now wait, before you assume that you know what I'm going to say here, stick with me because this is something I didn't realize as an Etsy seller until probably a few years in. Yes, the Etsy Seller Handbook does contain the rules and policies, and it's great to get familiar with those as a seller so you can make sure that you're never in violation of them, but it is jam-packed with so much more helpful material, information, and resources that are going to drastically increase your chances of being successful. I wish I had known this from the beginning because I probably would have taken a deep dive and used this handbook as research to make sure that my strategy was right from the very beginning. And that's why I want to mention it here so you don't have to waste time on trial and error to get your listings discovered, ranking high, making sales. This handbook is a treasure, trust me. The Etsy team themselves do a lot of research and report that in the handbook through different articles with tips for success, best practices for optimizing your listing and making sales, seasonal trends. They talk about how to troubleshoot and solve problems that might arise in your shop, and even share success stories and inspiration from real sellers so you can see what's actually working for other people. You can see all of this if you look on the Etsy Seller Handbook on the website. I highly encourage you to take some time to just peruse through some of those articles. You can sort by the different topics that you're most interested in and keep coming back to it every now and then to do some product and trend research and to objectively audit your shop and review it to see what you could improve on. Well, there you go, friend. Those are the 7 top tools that I recommend for Etsy sellers. Don't forget to click the link in the description box below to hop over and watch my deep dive masterclass, the 5-pillar Etsy success formula. I can't wait to see where you take your Etsy business from here. Happy selling.